Micah chapter 5. Now assemble thy garrisons, O daughter of garrisons, ye that have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. And thou, Bethlehem Ephrathah, art little to be among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that shall be a ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from the beginning, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up, till the time that she which shall bear shall travail. Then the remnant of their brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, and in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall dwell still, for now shall he be magnified unto the ends of the world. And he shall be our peace, when Assyria shall come into our land. When he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds, and 8 principal men. And they shall destroy Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod with their swords. Thus shall he deliver us from Assyria, when he cometh into our land, and when he shall tread within our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among many people, as a dew from the Lord, and as the showers upon the grass, that waiteth not for man, nor hopeth in the sons of Adam. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as the lion among the beasts of the forest, and as the lion whelp among the flocks of sheep, who, when he goeth through, treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thine horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. And I will cut off the cities of thy land, and overthrow all thy strongholds. And I will cut off thine enchanters out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thine idols also will I cut off, and thine images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thine enemies, and I will execute a vengeance in my wrath and indignation upon the heathen which they have not heard. Micah chapter 6. Hearken ye now what the Lord saith. Arise thou, and contend before the mountains, and let the hills hear thy voice. Hear ye, O mountains, the Lord's quarrel, and ye mighty foundations of the earth, for the Lord hath a quarrel against his people, and he will plead with Israel. O my people, what have I done unto thee? Or wherein have I grieved thee? Testify against me. Surely I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed thee out of the house of the servants. And I have sent before thee Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, had devised, and what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal, that ye may know the righteousness of the Lord. Wherewith shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, and with calves of a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000 rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, even the fruit of my body, for the sin of my soul? He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what the Lord requireth of thee, surely to do justly, and to love mercy, and to humble thyself, to walk with thy God. The Lord's voice crieth unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear the rod, and who hath appointed it? Are yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measure that is abominable? Shall I justify the wicked balances, and a bag of deceitful weights? For the rich men thereof are full of cruelty, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. Therefore also will I make thee sick in smiting thee, in making thee desolate, because of thy sins. Thou shalt eat and not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee. And thou shalt take hold, and shalt not deliver. And that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword. Thou shalt sow, but not reap. Thou shalt tread the olives, but thou shalt not anoint thee with oil, and make sweet wine, but shalt not drink wine. For the statutes of Omri are kept, and all the manner of the house of Ahab, and ye walk in their counsels, that I should make thee waste, and the inhabitants thereof an hissing. Therefore ye shall bear the reproach of my people. Micah chapter 7. Woe is me, for I am as the summer gatherings, and as the grapes of the vintage. There is no cluster to eat. My soul desireth first ripe fruit. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none righteous among men. They all lie in wait for blood. Every man hunteth his brother with a net, to make good for evil of their hands. The prince asked, and the judge judgeth for a reward. Therefore the great man, he speaketh out of the corruption of his soul, so they wrapped it up. The best of them is a briar, and the most righteous of them is sharper than a thorn head. The day of thy watchman and thy visitation cometh, then shall be their confusion. Trust ye not in a friend, neither put ye confidence in a counselor. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. For the son revileth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies are the men of his own house. Therefore I will look unto the Lord, I will wait for God my Savior. My God will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. Though I fall, I shall arise. When I shall sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the wrath of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. Then will he bring me forth to the light, and I shall see his righteousness. And she that is mine enemy shall look upon it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the street. This is the day that thy walls shall be built. This day shall drive far away the decree. In this day also they shall come unto thee from Assyria, and from the strong cities, and from the strongholds even unto the river, and from the sea to sea, and from mountain to mountain. Notwithstanding the land shall be desolate because of them that dwell therein, and for the fruits of their inventions. Feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwell solitarily in the wood, as in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead, as in the old time. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, will I show unto him marvelous things. The nations shall see and be confounded for all their power. They shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like worms. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Who is a God like unto thee, that taketh away iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his wrath forever, but because mercy pleaseth him, he will turn again and have compassion on us. He will subdue our iniquities, and cast all their sins into the bottom of the sea. Thou wilt perform thy truth to Jacob, and mercy to Abraham, as thou hast sworn unto our fathers in old time.